Okay, I'm giving you all my drills from the setup to the swing to the finish, the whole lot, because you got to have that understanding. You got to make sure that you set up in the right position with the right posture. You got to understand how you pivot your body, because that's really the key component to getting good tempo and good rhythm. If you don't pivot properly, you're going to struggle to get that, because if you think of a clock pendulum, you know, it's got perfect tempo, perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and it's got a perfect pivot. It's pretty simple. That's what it comes down to. So to pivot, we need to get good posture to start with. So the best thing to do is get something heavy. I've got a slam ball here. It's quite a heavy one, 10k, but get something lighter. I wouldn't go any heavier than this. Just depends, you know, on your strength and that. But pick it up. Imagine you got a golf club in your hand, okay? And then just shuffle around a bit until you feel nice and balanced. It's obvious if I'm too far on my toes, you know, I'm gonna fall forward, or if I'm leaning too far back, you know, my arms are stuck against my body, I'm just not going to be in the right position. So picking something heavy up, you find your natural balance, which is what I love about this. And being in the right position, got my chin up off my chest, arms hanging down from the weight of the ball, and then pretty much you could draw a line through my armpit, down in front of my kneecap, and right down into the ball of my foot. So that's pretty much perfect posture to get into. Now with good posture, you're able to then pivot your body, because that posture is supporting your swing. You know, all of that energy you're going to build up, it's going to give you the balance and give you the support. So back in position, what I'm going to do is just start to feel like I'm swinging the ball, the weight of the ball. You can see how my body responds by turning out of the way as I go back, out of the way as I go through. And in the golf swing, what we want when we do this is we want the left shoulder going down as you go back, as you can see there, and then as you come through, right shoulder down. And then what you want to do is be able to stand there and, you know, do it several times. But imagine if you're going to throw the ball. Okay, that's going to give you a good feeling of where you want to be in terms of your body pivot and the actual release and extension of your body as you go through to release the ball. So then you pick up a club, you get the same feeling, get into the posture, then you start that turn, left shoulder down, right shoulder down, left shoulder down, right shoulder down. Club across your shoulders, get that same feeling. And we're just trying to stay centered. That's the move. And then you can hit a couple of half shots with that. With the swing trainer, what you're going to find if you pivot your body properly, back and through, you're actually keeping the shaft, you're keeping tension through the shaft. So you can see it looks like a normal club. Back and through. And then just hit a couple of half shots with that feeling. You can hit it off a tee, you know, have a tee peg in the floor and just practice clipping the tee first. And then hit a ball, you know, you can do this off the ground or just off a little tee. With that same feeling of that nice pivot. And it's the pivot that's going to give you the rhythm and tempo in your swing. That's all it is. So you can see if my body pivots properly, my arms and club swing just like that clock pendulum, back and through. So the energy is coming from the pivot. It's not coming from my hands or arms. This is what everybody else is doing. So if you try and, you know, force the club with the hands and arms, you're not going to do it. You've got to get that pivot, you know, using the slam ball, you've got to get that left shoulder down as you're going back and then getting the arms and club to swing like a clock pendulum. And then you want to stand there and just do it continuously. Good thing to do is get something heavier, not like a gym bar here, because when you do it with something a lot heavier, body responds to it more. That's why I like using the slam ball. So this will train you to pivot properly and then create that clock pendulum, and you can just keep working further back, further through. You can do full swings. The weight of it will cock your wrist properly. Do half swings, because you'll quickly find out if you're not doing it right, because there's so much weight in this. You know, if you're swaying, going back or coming through, you've got too much weight back and coming over the top, you're going to fall off it. So it really helps your body get in the right position, as you can see there. And I can sort of feel the momentum as it goes back and then through. So then when you grab a club, you can sort of feel that as well. And it's really getting a feeling that's more important than thinking. So get that feeling, left shoulder down. And then just hit those little half shots. Nice and solid. So that's the best way to work on your posture. In your pivot, pick up something heavy, do some swings, and then using the GForce Swing Trainer, when you get that pivot right, you're just trying to keep the shaft nice and straight. You're not trying to bend it too much. That's all you want to try and do with it. Smooth. So as you go back, you're stretching the shaft out as you go back. Then as you come through and release, you stretch out as you come through. So we never want to be pushing back too much with the hands or arms, and we certainly don't want to be shoving it through on the way through. So it's really the pivot, the engine of your swing, getting the arms and club to swing like a human pendulum, and then just keeping the shaft, keeping tension through it as you go back and through. So the grip, when we look at it, we're just trying to get it in the fingers, because I see a lot of people when they swing, you know, the hands are coming off the grip when they swing to the top and everything. So just get it in the fingers in your left hand and in your right hand. You know, you can play about with overlapping, interlocking, or baseball. You know, you can play around that later to see which one suits you best, really. There's no right or wrong. You know, you got players out there like myself when I first started, but I was holding it the wrong way around, this way around, but I could hit it. And that's why, you know, I mentioned in my grip video before, I don't believe the grip is the most important part of the swing. It's not, because you could have a textbook grip that somebody's come up with, but if you don't pivot properly, if your posture is really bad, then your ability to strike the ball is going to be like zero. Okay, you're not going to do it. Most important thing is to get your posture and your pivot, because at least then you've got the ability to get the club on the ball, right? It's going to improve your tempo, your rhythm, everything's going to sequence better. Yeah, the face might be a little bit open, a little bit closed or whatever, but it's that strike. You know, you want club head speed and strike. That's the most important thing. So then later on, once you've got that, you can tweak your grip a little bit to square it, or, you know, whatever you need to do with it. But really focus more on your posture and your pivot. You know, get that working. That is the engine of the swing. The grip isn't the engine. Okay, it's your posture and your pivot and getting your shoulders turning at the right angle.